Hi guys, Jason here from Sierra Equipment Testing.
It's it.
Gonna do a review today on 100% Speedtrap riding glasses. "100% Speedtrap sunglasses, riding glasses." So far, I have to say, these are my favorite riding glasses, and I've been through a lot. My goal is to find a sunglass that I can wear mountain biking, that when I get up to speed, approaching around 30 miles an hour, my eyes won't tear up. And in the summertime that's easier, I guess because the air is warmer. But this time of year, when it's still kind of winter-like, when we have chilly temps, and especially up here, 7,000 feet high in the mountains, the dry air and that chilly air, you get up to speed, my eyes start to tear up. And I don't like that. I like to be able to see where I'm going. My quest has always been to find some glasses that act like goggles, as close as you can get. And so far, these are as close as you can get. Now, I have ridden these a bunch of times so far this spring, like I said, in chilly temps, even in rain, and a little bit of snow flurry. And my eyes have fogged up. But that is like around 30 miles an hour for me. And so I consider that pretty good, because that means most of my other riding, they're not tearing up. And so I consider these a success. In terms of fogging, they have really great vents, which I'll show you some close-ups. The vents, there are two at the top of the frame. One here, right at the top of the lens where it meets the frame, and then two at the bottom. There, and there. And then of course there are two built into the frames themselves. Those vents built in that keep the sunglasses from fogging up too much. Of course, if you've just climbed a long uphill and you get to the top and you're sitting there not moving so that there's no airflow, they will fog up, like around the nose bridge and maybe a little bit up around the top of the sunglasses, around your forehead. Other than that, they've been really good about with the anti-fogging. I have to say, overall, I'm really impressed with these sunglasses. They have adjustability in the arms. I'll show you a close-up of that. Here, the arms adjust. You can pull them or push them, and on the inside you can see three different positions that for the longest, middle, or shortest. I currently have them on the shortest just because that's the way they fit me the best. Also, along the nose bridge, there are two rubber pieces, I'll show you those in a second, that you can add to this to fit a nose maybe that's a little bit smaller, or if you want the glasses to sit off of your face a little bit more, maybe for more airflow. I personally like them to be as close to my face as possible because I'm trying to minimize airflow coming in or around the sunglasses. And you'll notice that with these right here, they have this built-in kind of, I don't know, bridge, plastic bridge as part of the frame, and that really keeps a lot of airflow from coming in that way. So I think that goes a long way to blocking some of the wind at high speeds. The other thing is that they wrap around, as you can see, pretty far. And that's important because I've noticed on riding glasses that I get a lot of airflow from around the sides. And I'll talk about two other pairs of glasses that I've been wearing last year and this year. And with both of those glasses, I can feel the wind coming around the sides. I ordered a pair of Smith Wildcats, which just came out recently. They're supposed to be like goggles, but they're glasses. They actually look like goggles from the front, but when you actually get them, you will notice that they don't wrap around so much around the sides, and so they kind of sit off of your face. And for me, that wind is just going to curl right around and cause me to tear up. And so it might not be a problem for everyone, but for me it certainly is. So overall, I have to say, if I were to give stars, let's say 5 stars for this product, I would give 4 out of 5. The reason I won't give them a 5 is just because I have experienced some tearing up, but definitely higher speeds. So they're not perfect, but getting pretty close. So if any of you out there have some other glasses to recommend that I try out, put it down in the comments and I'll be happy to give those a run. But so far, these are the best. The other thing that's great about them is that they have interchangeable lenses. I have the clears in. I'll show you the gray mirrors that come with this particular frame color. I like having riding glasses that have interchangeable lenses, just because if I scratch a lens, I don't want to replace the whole unit. That's why I've always used Smiths, and recently I've been using Natives because they do the same thing. They have replaceable lenses in some of their glasses, so I can ride when it's gray out and I'm in the forest and low light conditions. I'll run the clears, and then on days when the sun comes out and I'm still in the forest and you get that mixed light condition, then of course I'll put in the gray mirrored lenses. Super easy to change. You basically just push this little lever here, pull up on the top of the frame, and that releases the lens from the frame. It just pops out from the front just like that. You just pull it out and then you put your other lens in. Can't get any easier than that. Last year, for part of the year, and the year before, I was running these Smiths. These are the PivLock Arena Max. Interchangeable lenses, but I just found them to not block as much wind as I had wanted. Last year I started riding with these Natives, which are a great sunglass. These are the Sightcasters, which are fairly big, and that's why I got them, because I wanted as much coverage as I could get. And what's great about Native is that they're using sustainable materials and not just petroleum-based products, so that's great. I love that. They do have interchangeable lenses. And so while I think that the Smith PivLock Arena Maxes are generally good riding sunglasses, for me personally, they didn't provide enough wind coverage. So I went to a bigger sunglass, the Native Sightcaster. Good thing about the Smith PivLock Arena Maxes is that they have great anti-fogging abilities, because they do sit a little bit farther away from the face. There's not as much coverage under here, around the sides, or at the top. So there's good wind float. I find that they don't fog up even when I'm standing still after a long climb. So for that, they're really great, and I'm sure lots of people they would serve really well. The Natives, the reason I got them is because they have a thicker frame around the side, so I felt like that would do some wind blocking, and I feel like it did. And also, the lenses, top to bottom, are also big, so I get a lot of coverage on my face and also on the side back here. So there's a lot of wind blocking here. There's not much space here, which I find like wind comes up underneath there, and even at the top they're pretty close here. So I feel like the Natives got really close to being a really good riding sunglass, but again at higher speeds there is some wind flow, so my eyes do tear up with these. Also with the anti-fogging, they do seem to fog up a little bit more, especially than the Smith PivLock Arena Maxes, and more than the 100%. Overall, my quest is still going on. So 100% speed traps. I know I said earlier 4 out of 5 stars, but you know what? We're going to start using pine cones from now on. So 4 out of 5 pine cones. High points are adjustability both in the frame arms, the nose bridge, good anti-fogging capabilities, interchangeable lenses, good wraparound, and wind protection. So overall, these are really great riding glasses. So far, the best I've been able to find. The only reason they didn't get 5 cones is because they're not as good as goggles. Maybe I'm asking too much. Maybe I'm asking riding glasses to do things that only goggles can do. So, 100% speed traps. Highly recommended. In the box, you get hard case, glasses, cleaning cloth, extra lens, and the 2 rubber nose piece inserts I talked about earlier. These 2 rubber inserts plug in to the nose piece. Right here you can see the holes. That way you can adjust the glasses for smaller noses. I hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you got some good information out of it. If so, please subscribe to the channel, and down in the comments, if you have some other things that you'd like to see tested, let me know. There will be some more reviews coming up, definitely some more gear, the bike that I'm riding this year, so those will be up and coming. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.